Coming up next, a wall collapsed in our area. Find out where it happened and how local drivers are affected.
Plus, a week after the midterm elections, we get the latest on what's next for Pennsylvania.
And why this year may be a lot tougher for some area families when it comes to food, and how volunteers are trying to make a difference.
Inflation is finally, and food costs are really kind of hitting home for people, and it's getting harder and harder, and the need is growing.
The Center County Report starts now. Good afternoon, I'm Ava Brent-Gord.
And I'm Anna Meyer. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story, we're going to see our first real shot of winter weather today across central Pennsylvania. Yes, we're talking about a little snow and ice. Let's check in with student meteorologist Joey Walker for the latest. Joey?
Well, thank you, Anna. The winter weather is certainly on its way, and we actually saw some snow here as early as 9 a.m. this morning. If you woke up in the Pittsburgh or Pittsburgh suburbs area, you probably saw some snow out your window this morning. But here in State College, we're finally starting to see some of those first flakes from this system, but this is just the beginning from what we're going to see. Now, the bigger picture is we actually have most of the bulk of this system right outside of Pennsylvania, and that's going to be entering Pittsburgh by about 3:15, 3 o'clock today. Now, there are also some snow accumulations that we are looking at with this system. Now, State College is going to be taking the cake with the highest amount at 2.6 inches. But as you go over more eastward towards the Philadelphia area, certainly seeing less snow along those areas. But the more west you go and into Center County, certainly more snow. But more on that coming up later, along with the details of this system.
Thanks, Joey. And here's a traffic alert for drivers in Bellefonte after a partial wall collapse. South Water Street is down to one-way traffic between Mill and West High Streets after the collapse on Saturday. PennDOT says the lane closure may be in place for a while repairs are done.
Penn State says it's mourning with the rest of the nation after a shooting rampage at the University of Virginia over the weekend. 3 UVA football players were killed and 2 were hurt in the shooting on a bus returning from a field trip. The suspect is a former football player there. As part of Penn State's response, it says officers train for potential active shooter scenarios here, but officials say everyone should be familiar with the university's active attacker program, which follows the run, hide, fight model. And police are also investigating the murder of 4 University of Idaho students found dead near that campus Sunday night. Police are asking for public help to ID 3 men they believe are connected to a serious assault in State College. They say a 22-year-old visiting from Connecticut was attacked after a verbal altercation early last Sunday. It happened on East Calder Way. The victim had a head injury and was airlifted from Mount Nittany, where he was in intensive care. The victim is now in stable condition.
1 week after Election Day, the certification process is moving forward. Pennsylvania counties are required to submit their results today and then certify final results by November 28th. Megan Swift has an update on the election outcome.
With the Pennsylvania election in the rearview mirror, the results are pretty favorable for Democrats. In the closely watched U.S. Senate race, John Fetterman is on track to win more than 51% of the votes statewide, with 32,000 Center County residents voting for him. This is considered a flip, as Fetterman will replace Republican Pat Toomey when he retires. Penn State College Republican spokesperson John Kane says the group was disappointed with Fetterman's win.
It is what it is, I guess. We were all a little disappointed. We put in a lot of work for Dr. Oz, knocking doors, making phone calls, and we just came up short.
Another statewide race saw Democrat Josh Shapiro score a decisive win over Republican Doug Mastriano. Shapiro got almost 3 million votes across PA and more than 35,000 votes in Center County. Center County Democrats Chair Margie Swoboda says she's thrilled with Shapiro's win.
Josh Shapiro is an incredible human being. John Fetterman, incredible person. And that really helps. It really helps getting people excited when you've got 2 really great candidates.
In the State House race, Center County voters re-elected long-term incumbent Democrat Scott Conklin in the 77th District and chose Democrat Paul Takak in the newly drawn 82nd District. Both won by a double-digit % margin.
Center County has two very strong Democrats representing us. Paul is no stranger to Center County. He's been here most of his adult life. He's raised his family here. He's a local elected official in College Township.
But the Democratic tide wasn't enough for Robert Ziegler to beat longtime Republican incumbent Kerry Benninghoff, who won his 14th term with more than 15,000 votes. And in the U.S. House, Republican Congressman Glenn Thompson also won re-election with 70% of the vote. In State College, I'm Megan Swift for the Center County Report.
With Fetterman's win, the Democrats have won at least 50 seats in the House, which is enough for a Democratic control with Kamala Harris's tie-breaking vote.
Democrats' success wasn't just contained to Center County. Statewide, 101 Democratic candidates have securely won their races compared to 100 Republicans. This means Democrats only have to win one of the two remaining uncalled races to win control of the State House chamber for the first time in 12 years.
Penn State's enrollment is holding relatively steady this fall as universities continue to face challenges nationwide. Penn State's overall enrollment dropped less than 1%. The University Park campus saw an increase of 2.7%, while Commonwealth campuses declined by 2.6%. Penn State's numbers beat the national trend of undergraduate enrollment, with a decrease of 0.4% compared to the national average of 1.1%. And Penn State is making changes to its ID card system. Coming in the spring, the university plans to launch a mobile ID Plus card. The app would allow Penn Staters to enter some buildings, pay for meals in the dining halls, and use on-campus laundry units with just a tap of their phone.
High inflation means more local families may be struggling this holiday season. Reporter Gabrielle Tyner shows you how the State College Food Bank is getting ready.
Esther Siegfried has volunteered here at the State College Food Bank for almost 15 years. She says helping out is a no-brainer.
I thought about what was important to me, and food is important to me. It's important to me that people have food and have good quality food, and so the food bank was a very obvious choice.
About 60 to 80 volunteers every week help this organization prepare custom food boxes for those in need.
We provide food assistance to individuals and families in Center County. So anybody that's struggling and needs some extra help, they can come here to get food.
The food boxes can be shipped or picked up here at the South Atherton location. The food bank has been able to give out numerous donation boxes every month, and the number continues to grow as the holidays approach.
I think inflation is finally, and food costs are really kind of hitting home for people, and it's getting harder and harder, and the need is growing, and then it's also the holiday time. So we all know the holiday is a hard time financially for a lot of people. Funds are stretched even further, so if we're able to help through November and December, we're glad to do it.
Some items that are in need right now include canned fruit, ready-to-serve soup, snacks, cooking oil, laundry detergent, and body wash. Siegfried said none of this would be possible without your support.
And we're also very lucky we live in a community that supports the food bank in a variety of ways, which makes it possible. So it's really nice to be a part of something that is so positive, and inclusive.
In State College, I'm Gabrielle Tyner with the Center County Report.
To find out ways to donate to the food bank this holiday season, visit their website at scfoodbank.org.
Sounds like such a great cause.
Oh, absolutely.
Still to come on the Center County Report, more on the cold weather as we check the 7-day forecast.
Plus, an incentive to bring shoppers to downtown State College over the holidays. And Center County may not be at the top of your mind when it comes to climate change, but see how a new group is focusing on it here. Climate change is a hot topic right now, and here in our area, there's a group with members from a half a dozen communities that's focusing on the issues locally. Alina Lebedeva has the story.
From hurricanes to fires and droughts, there is a major focus on climate these days. In Center County, 5 local municipalities formed a committee that's been meeting for almost 2 years on the issues. The Climate Action and Sustainability Committee's goals include promoting local climate preparedness and risk management, reviewing state and federal policy, and looking at initiatives on climate adaptation and reductions in greenhouse gas emissions. But the focus can also be down to the neighborhood level on topics like recycling.
We look not only at the type of recycling that's done, but fees and how we communicate that to customers.
What's nice about this region is these haven't necessarily just been initiatives that elected officials have been pushing, but even residents have been pushing.
Jeremy Thompson is Ferguson Township's committee representative, and he says he's already seen some impact on his township.
When we got a new public works facility, we were committed to making it a LEED Silver certified facility, which we have done. We have a solar array on top of the building.
Betsy Whitman says there are other details that need to be taken into consideration when trying to tackle climate change on local level.
Having a plan is one thing, putting it into action is another thing. We have another technical advisory committee that is they're made up of engineers and scientists and policy people who are essentially assigning a value, coming up with a ranking system, if you will, so that we can set those priorities.
The group hopes doing its part on the local level will ultimately help on a larger scale. In State College, I'm Alina Lebedeva for the Senate County Report.
The Climate Committee meets on the second Monday of each month, and the public is invited to attend.
Good afternoon, and as always, thank you for tuning in. I'm student meteorologist Joey Walker with your CCR afternoon forecast for today. Now, the first day of winter may still yet be over a month out from today, but what's here today is indeed the first day for winter weather in Pennsylvania. That is right. We are seeing the first winter storm in Pennsylvania, and that's going to be sweeping across all of the Commonwealth throughout today. Now, we're finally starting to see those first effects of this system as the clouds are building here in State College as we see it get closer here in the area. We started off today very chilly at about 27 degrees, but we have only climbed up to about 34 for the real feel at 27. So it truly feels like it did this morning because of winds moving east at 8 miles per hour. So you're definitely going to want to have that jacket and stay warm for today. Now, because of that winter storm making its way through Pennsylvania, we do have a couple of winter weather alerts issued from the National Weather Service. We do have a winter storm watch for Erie and surrounding counties because of the chance for some lake effect snow, but the rest of us are just sitting with a winter weather advisory because of the chance of some locally heavier amounts and some visibility being impacted. But temperatures currently sitting within the mid to low 30s across Pennsylvania, and that's going to bode well for the snow as that's going to allow for more to form throughout the state. So as we can see, there's already some making its way across Pennsylvania, and Philadelphia and the eastern portion of the state is going to be seeing this first line. But the main bulk of it is still yet to come as it's currently just starting to make its way into the Pittsburgh and western Pennsylvania area, and that's going to affect us around 4 o'clock or so today. So Pittsburgh already started their day around 9 with some snow, certainly being taken over by about 3:45 as that heavier snow makes its way into the state. Center County certainly having some snow by 3-4 o'clock. But if you're in eastern Pennsylvania along Philadelphia, you're going to be having more rain than snow because of those higher temperatures. But if you're in the Allentown to Harrisburg area, certainly seeing some more snow by your evening hour commute of about 5 o'clock. But this system will kick its way out by Wednesday afternoon. So for today, 36 degrees with some PM snow showers, and those will still linger around throughout tonight where we'll have some of that wintry mix for a low of 34. And for tomorrow, still have that chance of rain or snow as 1 or 2 of those possible showers could still linger around for tomorrow with a high of 41. 7-day forecast for you. Again, today we have that chance of that PM snow as that first winter system makes its cross Pennsylvania. We do clear out by Wednesday afternoon, but we do have the chance for a few isolated snow showers by Thursday. We'll then dry out by Friday, just in time for the weekend, where we'll stay rather chilly for this time of year, but still dry overall. So overall, it's going to be very nice as we go into the weekend, maybe even have a pretty good forecast for the sports.
Joey, I am not excited about this weather. It is freezing.
It looks like we're going to have to start to break out those winter coats for the next football game. Now we're going to toss it to AJ Rovner with sports.
Penn State men's basketball tried to stay unbeaten last night against Butler at the BJC. We have the highlights. Also coming up, The defending national champion Nittany Lion Wrestling Squad opened its new season at Rec Hall. We'll check in next in sports. I'm AJ Rovner with sports. Penn State men's basketball is still unbeaten. The Nittany Lions took on Butler last night at the Bryce Jordan Center and came away with a big win. The Nittany Lions defeated Butler 68-62 to improve to 3-0 on the young season. It came on a day where Penn State received a vote in the AP polls for the first time since 2020. Penn State guard Jalen Pickett was the story tonight, as he was the second player ever in Nittany Lion basketball history to record a triple-double. The Siena transfer had 15 points, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds.
For sure. More happy with the win, of course. I mean, it got close there at the end.
After the game, I'm like, man, Pickett didn't play very well. And I look at the box score, and I'm like, man, he had triple-double.
He's so patient, he's strong, and, he is a load. He really is.
Bucknell transfer Andrew Funk was efficient again on the offensive end. Funk shot 4 for 9 from the field, 3 of which were threes. Freshman recruit Keba Jai added 6 rebounds and 4 points off the bench. Drexel transfer Cam Winter and senior Seth Lundy finished in double figures, while junior Caleb Dorsey added 9. It was the biggest Bryce Jordan Center crowd of the season, and for players from smaller schools, they felt it.
Playing in a packed BJC like that, all the students, all the fans, it makes a world of difference for us, and then makes our job a lot easier.
All smiles at the BJC as Penn State hoops is off to a fast start and looks to take a major step in the right direction under second-year head coach Micah Shrewsbury. Penn State travels to South Carolina for the Charleston Classic later this week. Next up is a game against Furman on Thursday. Penn State football hits the road this week for its final road game of the regular season. The Nittany Lions are coming off a big win Saturday against Maryland. Reagan Stoddard has the story.
The Nittany Lions were back at home as they took on Maryland Saturday at Beaver Stadium. The Lions shut out the Terps 30-0. Quarterback Sean Clifford got things going with a 3-yard touchdown pass to Brenton Strange. Clifford set the team's all-time career passing record as he went over 10,000 yards. Nick Singleton ripped off a 45 touchdown yard run, and he had 122 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. Kicker Jake Pinniger booted 3 field goals, including a 50-yarder.
Jake Pinniger, I'm so happy for him playing his tail off right now. You're talking about a guy who was the starter, lost his starting job, stuck it out, stayed here, became the starter again.
Penn State's defense dominated even with a few key players missing. The defense sacked Maryland's quarterback 7 times.
We got 13 different players with a sack right now. Back-to-back games with 6 sacks or more. Hasn't happened since 2007.
Quarterback Drew Aller relieves Clifford, completing 3 of 6 passes. The Nittany Lions are now 8-2 this season. At Beaver Stadium, I'm Reagan Stoddard for the Center County Report.
Penn State heads to Rutgers on Saturday. Kickoff is 3:30 p.m. and you can listen live on Penn State Com Radio with our team in Piscataway, New Jersey. Now to high school football as the playoffs continue. The State College Little Lions kept their undefeated season alive after beating Altoona 28-7 on Thursday night to win the District 6 title. Running back Deontay Sheffy led the way with 176 yards and 3 touchdowns as the Little Lions moved to 11-0 on the year. They now play Erie McDowell Friday night. Elsewhere, Penns Valley beat Bald Eagle at home on Friday. The Rams will now face Bishop Guilfoyle on the road this weekend. Penn State women's soccer has advanced to the second round of the NCAA National Tournament this week. The Nittany Lions beat Quinnipiac at home on Sunday. With the score tied 1-1 in a physical match, Penn State stormed back with 3 unanswered goals. Peyton Linehan had the game-winning goal in the 49th minute, Penelope Hocking extended the lead to 3-1, and Corey Dyke added extra insurance for the Nittany Lions for a 4-1 win. Next up is West Virginia at home on Friday. The Penn State wrestling team will return to action Sunday at West Point, New York for the Army Black Knight Open. The Nittany Lions kicked off their season in style over the weekend, beating Lock Haven 44-3 in Rec Hall. Penn State won 9 of the 10 matches, with 3 redshirt freshmen entering the lineup. They continued their dominance, getting bonus points from 3 tech falls and 3 win-by-pin victories. Roman Bravo Young set the tone following Lock Haven's 1 win of the night. Max Dean and Kirk Villette finished the duel with 2 first-period pins. Rec Hall had its 62nd straight wrestling sellout. That's all for sports. Now back to you at the anchor desk.
Thanks, AJ. Coming up next, with the holidays approaching, find out how you can save a few extra dollars if you're heading to Downtown State College next month.
How about saving a few extra dollars over the holidays? State College Borough announced that free parking will return to downtown for the holiday season. Starting November 28th, all street and lot parking will be free after 5 p.m. The grace period for parking in garages will increase from 30 minutes to 2 hours, and courtesy cars will forgive up to 3 meter violations at street meters and surface lots until December 22nd. Parking at all downtown garages, street meters, and lots will then be completely free from December 23rd to January 2nd. And the holiday season actually kicks off this Thursday with the annual Light Up Night in Downtown State College. That's from 5 to 8 p.m. as they light the tree and have a winter carnival.
I'm gonna have to mark that down in my calendar because I do not want to miss that.
Oh, it sounds like it's gonna be some great holiday family fun.
Well, that's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us Friday for our next local news update. But you can follow us anytime for breaking news and watch our stories on our Center County Report social media. You'll find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a good night.